Welcome back to the Healthy Living Podcast. I'm Sarah Martinez.
And I'm Frank Peterson. Today we're talking about something that's going to make you question why you're spending $50 a month at the vitamin store.
Before we dive in, I have to share what happened at my doctor's appointment last month. So I'm sitting there with my annual blood work results, and my doctor looks at me and says, "Whatever you're doing, keep it up. Your inflammation markers are the best I've seen in years."
Let me guess. You immediately started bragging about your expensive fish oil supplements.
Exactly! I'm going on about my carefully researched omega-3s and my turmeric capsules, and he stops me and asks, "Are you still doing that apple cider vinegar thing you mentioned last year?"
No, don't tell me.
Yep. Turns out the $2 bottle of apple cider vinegar I've been adding to my morning routine has been doing more heavy lifting than my entire supplement cabinet.
This is why I love you, Sarah. You research everything to death, spend a fortune on the perfect solution, and then accidentally discover the answer was sitting in your pantry the whole time.
The irony wasn't lost on me, but here's the thing, and this is why we wanted to dedicate a whole episode to this. Apple cider vinegar isn't just some trendy health fad. There's actual science behind why this stuff works.
And unlike most of our advice, this one won't break the bank. We're talking about something that costs less than your morning coffee.
So let's break this down. First, what exactly does apple cider vinegar do? The main component we care about is acetic acid. This isn't just folklore. We have real studies showing it can help with blood sugar control, inflammation, and even weight management.
Now, before Sarah gets too excited about the research, because she will, let me tell you how I stumbled onto this. 3 years ago, Dolores and I were at this dinner party, and our host mentioned she'd been drinking diluted apple cider vinegar every morning for her diabetes management.
This is classic Frank. Learns about health interventions at dinner parties.
Hey, it worked. But here's the thing that convinced me to try it. She said her doctor had actually recommended it as an addition to her medication, not a replacement.
That's crucial. We're not talking about replacing medical treatment here. This is about adding something simple and inexpensive that can enhance what you're already doing.
Right, so I started with 1 tablespoon in a glass of water every morning. And honestly, I didn't expect much. But after about 6 weeks, my next blood panel showed my fasting glucose had dropped 15 points.
The blood sugar benefits are probably the most well documented. There's this study from Arizona State University that showed just 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar before a high-carb meal reduced the blood sugar spike by up to 34%.
34%? That's better than some medications.
But here's where it gets interesting for those of us dealing with the realities of aging, the inflammation piece. Chronic inflammation is behind so many of the health issues we face as we get older. Heart disease, arthritis, even cognitive decline.
And this is where I have to eat some crow. I used to roll my eyes when people talked about inflammation. I thought it was just a buzzword.
I remember you called it the health industry's favorite villain.
Well, turns out the health industry's favorite villain is actually trying to kill us. My wake-up call came when my doctor explained that my joint pain wasn't just getting older. It was chronic inflammation wreaking havoc on my cartilage.
The thing about apple cider vinegar and inflammation is that it works on multiple pathways. It's not just one mechanism. The acetic acid helps regulate inflammatory markers, but it also supports gut health, which we're learning is connected to inflammation throughout the body.
Speaking of gut health, fair warning here. When you start taking apple cider vinegar, your digestive system might have some opinions about it.
That's a diplomatic way of putting it.
Let's just say the first week was eventful. Start small, people. I'm talking 1 teaspoon, not 1 tablespoon.
This is actually important. One of the biggest mistakes people make is going too hard too fast. Your stomach needs time to adjust to the acidity. I started with half a teaspoon and 8 ounces of water and worked up gradually.
And for the love of all holy things, dilute it. Do not take this stuff straight. I tried it once because I was in a hurry and I felt like I'd gargled with battery acid.
The enamel on your teeth will thank you for diluting it too. Straight apple cider vinegar can erode tooth enamel over time.
Now, let's talk about the weight management aspect because this is where things get really interesting. I'm not saying apple cider vinegar is some magic weight loss potion,
Thank you for that disclaimer.
but there is something to it. The research suggests it helps you feel fuller after meals and may slightly boost your metabolism.
The satiety effect is real. There's the study that showed people who took apple cider vinegar with a meal ate 200 to 275 fewer calories throughout the rest of the day. They weren't trying to eat less, they just naturally felt satisfied sooner.
For me, the biggest change was with cravings. I used to get these intense afternoon sugar cravings that would derail my entire day. Since I started the morning vinegar routine, those cravings are much more manageable.
That tracks with the blood sugar research. When your glucose levels are more stable, you don't get those dramatic dips that trigger intense cravings.
But let's be honest about what this isn't. This isn't going to undo a lifetime of poor eating habits in 30 days. It's not going to make pizza and ice cream suddenly healthy.
Exactly. Think of it as one tool in your toolkit. It's an incredibly cost-effective tool, but it's still just one piece of the puzzle.
So, how do you actually incorporate this into your routine? Sarah's got her whole system worked out, naturally.
I do. I take 1 tablespoon and 8 ounces of water first thing in the morning before my coffee. Some people prefer to take it before meals, which can help with the blood sugar benefits.
I do mine in the evening, actually. I found that taking it in the morning made my coffee taste weird.
That's the beauty of it. There's flexibility. The key is consistency. Don't expect miraculous results after 3 days.
How long did it take you to notice changes?
Honestly, about 6 weeks for the blood work improvements, but I noticed better energy levels after about 2 weeks.
For me, the joint pain improvement was gradual. I didn't wake up one day feeling amazing. It was more like I realized one day that I wasn't reaching for the ibuprofen every morning.
That's often how the best health changes happen, so gradually you almost don't notice until you look back.
Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What about all those expensive supplements you've been taking?
This is embarrassing. I was spending almost $70 a month on various anti-inflammatory supplements, high-end turmeric, fish oil, vitamin D.
Don't get me wrong, some supplements have their place, but maybe don't start there.
Right, start with the $2 bottle of apple cider vinegar. See what happens. You can always add other things later.
And make sure you're getting the right kind. You want raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother, that cloudy stuff at the bottom.
The mother contains beneficial bacteria and enzymes. It's not just marketing fluff.
Brand-wise, you don't need to break the bank. I use the store brand from my local grocery store. Sarah, of course, researched 17 different brands before making her choice.
I did not research 17 brands. It was 12.
The point is, this doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. We're talking about something our grandparents probably had in their pantry.
Speaking of our grandparents, there's something to be said for these old school remedies. Not everything traditional medicine got wrong.
Although, let's be clear, we're not suggesting you ditch modern medicine for folk remedies. This is about adding simple, evidence-based tools to support your health.
Absolutely. I still take my blood pressure medication. I still see my doctor regularly. But I've been able to reduce some of my other supplements, and my inflammation markers speak for themselves.
Here's my challenge for our listeners. Try it for 8 weeks. 1 tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar in water once a day. Track how you feel.
And if you're on medication for diabetes or blood pressure, talk to your doctor first. Apple cider vinegar can enhance the effects of these medications, which sounds good, but could actually be dangerous if you're not monitoring properly.
Good point. More isn't always better, especially when you're dealing with medications.
The bottom line is this. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. We get so caught up in finding the perfect supplement, the ideal superfood, the latest breakthrough.
When sometimes the answer is sitting right there in the condiment aisle for $2.
It's humbling, honestly. All my research and expensive supplements, and this basic pantry staple is doing the heavy lifting.
But that's the beauty of it. You don't need a PhD in nutrition or a pharmacy in your medicine cabinet. Sometimes you just need to pay attention to what actually works.
And speaking of what works, we want to hear from you. Try the apple cider vinegar routine and let us know how it goes.
Before we wrap up, if you're getting value from these episodes, please hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. It really helps other people find the show.
And if you think we're completely wrong about apple cider vinegar, tell us that too. We're still figuring this stuff out as we go.
Next time, we're talking about something even cheaper than apple cider vinegar, a 10-cent spice that lowers inflammation better than most pills. I'll give you a hint. It's probably in your spice rack right now.
Until next time, this is Sarah Martinez
and Frank Peterson, reminding you that good health doesn't have to cost a fortune.
Thanks for listening to the Healthy Livin' Podcast.